What's going on, everyone? So, one of the more interesting acquisitions this trade deadline was the Jonathan Kuminga for Kristaps Porzingis trade. It was one that everyone was like, "Really? That's what both teams went with." Kristaps Porzingis had a lot of risk. Was dealing with this. I mean, we still don't even know exactly what the illness is and all of that. And him just staying healthy, right? Like, won a championship, but he's a guy that just is really, went from being the unicorn to can't stay healthy, and it's a tough kind of position to be in. If you're a team, it's like, how much do you pay him? When he does play, he's like ridiculous still, right? He's a guy that could be a real difference maker for a team. And he is like exactly what the Warriors need, right? Like, he's a guy that could slot in at your center position. Yeah, I mean, you would play your power forward position, but basically gives you an all-star caliber center when he's healthy, but a guy that could spread the floor, knock down the three ball with the best of them, but also still be that rim protector, that the rebounder, all those things. So he gives you such a unique just scenario for the Warriors. And it's no coincidence that, recent reports have came out that the Warriors are planning to give Kristaps Porzingis a new contract. They are expected to work on a new deal and keep him around long term, right? And he's still only 30 years old. He won't be 31 till August. So, like, he's still young enough to be a really significant piece. And, the Warriors on paper look ridiculous, right? Steph Curry, DeAnthony Melton, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Kristaps Porzingis. You're like, man, if that team can be healthy, that's the best team in basketball, right? Like, literally, right? Like, the only thing standing in their way is health. You have shooting, you have floor spacing, you have defense, you have the star power, you have multiple guys that go get you 25 to 30 every night, right? Like, you have everything that you need as far as like being that team. And so, there is the potential with this team, if they can get right next season. But again, that's the problem. Kristaps Porzingis isn't really a model of health. Steph Curry hasn't been super healthy the last few years. Jimmy Butler's coming off of a significant injury, right? Now, again, if you can get guys healthy, it's like, okay, Steph misses a night. It's like you still have Jimmy Butler and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis still misses a night. It's like you still have Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, right? Like, you still have this potential of like, hey, man, we just have this really good roster that has these guys that if, again, you're really just looking to be healthy come playoff time, but you also don't want to keep being a play-in team either, right? Like, you look at the Warriors, they're like, are they can they win 2 straight games? Sure. Especially with Steph back healthy, their experience, all of that. Like, nobody wants to play the Warriors in the playoffs, right? Regular season Warriors, playoff Warriors, completely different animals, right? But it's just, I don't think they're probably going to lose, right? Like, and even if they do, then it's like, hey, congratulations, you get to play the Thunder in the first round, which could be interesting, right? Like, but, if you had Jimmy, I think it'd be really interesting. I'd be like, man, like, that could be a hard fought series. But, Steph, Porzingis with, I'm not super sold on that. Like, I just don't think that they'll be able to do that. Warriors have some nice pieces. They got their assets. They got their picks. I mean, they could go make a play for a Giannis Antetokounmpo, right? There's talks about, LeBron and Kawhi Leonard being targets this offseason, and maybe even them going after both of them and kind of building this super team with, like, Steph, Jimmy Butler, Kawhi Leonard, LeBron James, and Kristaps Porzingis. Really just boils down to how much are they going to have to, or how much are they going to pay Kristaps Porzingis, and how much are they going to have to pay, right? Like, the problem is his market is probably not going to be great. Because, again, there's just so much concern and risk with him, right? So, like, are you doing a short-term deal? But if you're Porzingis, you probably don't want a short-term deal. So do you take less money but long-term deal, right? He signed 2 years, $60 million last time. So it was a shorter-term deal, high money, right? So if you're the Warriors, do you do something where, maybe you're signing them 3-4 years at half of that, right? Do you maybe give them 4 years, $60 million, where it's like, hey, we're giving you more long-term money, all of that, but, it just, it doesn't make sense for us to trade you at that. Because I mean, look, if this doesn't work out, Warriors are cooked regardless, right? Like, no matter what, if you're the Warriors, you're looking at these next like 2-3 years. But then the other thing is too is like after next year, you have Jimmy Butler's money falling off the books, right? Like you have Draymond's not too long from now. Like, you might have a bunch of cap space, so it's kind of this weird spot if you're the Warriors of like how much can you really pay Kristaps Porzingis in how many years, right? You giving him 30 years? What are you doing in a balloon thing where, hey, we'll give you 30 million for 1 year, right? Like, and then sure, I mean maybe he'd do that. You're giving him a short-term deal. Going to be interesting to see kind of what the Warriors and Kristaps Porzingis ultimately does, because I imagine Kristaps is probably going to want as many years as possible and as money as possible. But maybe if he can get a more inflated thing, it's like, I could take 1 year, 30 million, or I could take 3 years, 15 million. And, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But what has he done this season? So with the Warriors, 11 games played, 7 games started, 23.2 minutes per game. He's shooting 12.4 field goal attempts, which is right on par with his field goal attempts with Atlanta. Like literally to the dot. He is averaging. He is shooting 45% from the floor. On again 12.4 attempts from 3-point range. On 5.4 attempts, he's shooting 37.3%. 2-point range. On 7 attempts, he is shooting 50, would be nice, round up 51%. His 3-point shooting is up from with Atlanta. He was shooting 5 attempts at 36%, compared to 5.4 attempts at 37%. 2-point range, like I said, 7.3 attempts with Atlanta at 52.4%, and it's dropped to 51%. EFG of 52.9%, which again is down from Atlanta with 53.1%. Free throw shooting on 5.5 attempts, which is up from 4.8, 82%, which is slightly down from 84%. He's grabbing 4.5 rebounds, which is down from the 5 rebounds he grabbed with Atlanta. 2.5 assists, which is basically on par. 2.7 assists with Atlanta. 0.7 steals, which is slightly better than Atlanta at 0.5. 1.3 blocks, which is right on the dot with Atlanta. And then 17.6 points, which is, again, basically right on par with Atlanta at 17.1. So he's basically a 17-5-3 guy right now. But gives you that interior defense, gives you that interior size. Just somebody that, again, is just really good, really solid, that makes sense for them to want to work out and re-sign. So anyways, always, this is a discussion. I pass the question to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.